if there's an obstacle, you catch it. You're in a darkened room. You're moving into a darkened room. If there's an obstacle, you catch it. And it upsets your balance. And you're trying your hardest to keep your sights aligned in case there's somebody there. Most of the time, true? That's what happens. What we need to be looking at, and that's why I've tried to do as much of this on uneven ground as possible. We don't do this. That's the ground that's on your range. Certainly if it's an indoor range. What you need to do is what you've been doing, I said yesterday, since you've been 18 months of age. When you walk in, you just pick your feet up. If the Americans call it a tactical walk, that's because the Americans give names to everything. All you do is lift your knee up a little bit more and it clears. If there's a brick on the floor, you'll catch it and you'll still be in a stable stance. Okay? The shooting stance, like I say, that's it. Now if I'm moving with a firearm, however I'm moving with a firearm, I'm just going to walk. I'm going to lift my knees up a little bit and I'm going to walk with it. I'm not going to move into the room then clear the silhouette because I'm starting to dance and it's waltz and it's not practical. And it fails miserably even if you put simunitions into the game or airsoft. Never, you know, as soon as you put something like that in the game, all of this starts to break down. So, shooting stance, fighting stance, Tommy gun, submachine gun, MP5, handgun, however you're using your gun, baton, knife, anything empty-handed, anything you're doing, that's a really decent posture. Thing is, oh, you've got a bad wrist. Can you just shooting stance, okay? Just push me. No, don't shoot me, push me. Okay, now then, now push me. I'll not fight back, push me. I can do something about it because I'm in a fighting stance. Just because there's a gun involved, that's a gun. Just because there's a gun involved doesn't mean it's not a fight. It's still a fight. I put 15 rounds into him and he's suffering from a huge adrenal dump and there's adrenaline whizzing around his body. He's tunnel visioned, he's focused on getting me with that knife. Those rounds might eventually make him go into shock when he starts bleeding out and losing bodily fluids. But by then he's run all over me and stabbed me 30 times. Okay, because I was doing what I've been trained to do and what I practice under stress every time. Shooting stance. Punch at a realistic distance is, all I'm going to try and do is make my bicep touch the side of your neck. Boom. That's realistic distance. I want to dump all my energy through the middle of your face. So I get in as close as I can, whack and hit you. Okay, so just come out a little bit. So what's something, we don't need to speed this up, but it's a way to understand why we need a shooting stance. If I hit him and apply forward pressure, he rolls backwards. So I stunned him and he's lost his balance anyway because of my body weight. If you drop a leg forwards, when I throw this, it's harder for me to push him backwards. Okay, that's why I was saying over there, that's why the shootings, this might be empty. I might end up having to fight with this as an empty weapon. Yeah, but that's the reason. So when we throw a punch now, all I want you to do is you get your distance right, throw the punch, half speed. Okay, there's plenty of time for going faster and harder. All right, remember it's only Friday. Plenty of time for that. Just now, you throw it so that the bicep touches his neck and you give him forward pressure. So he starts to realise I need to not be knocked backwards. Because the worst place for us, or for you now I'm retired, is on your back on the floor, isn't it? Because that's where they want you and that's where they'll kill you. So we can't afford that to happen. So, I'll not resist, just slowly throw that punch in so that your bicep hits me and you keep going. Just throw it, don't step, yeah. You don't like Mr. Bean. Just throw it like a jab. Well, not like a hook.
Stepping forward.
No, don't step forward. Yeah. Bang! Yeah, that knocks me backwards. And if I hadn't turned my head away, it'd hit me in the brachial plexus and knock me out, thanks. But I need to understand the forward pressure and we can slow it down while we do it to start with. Now then, if all I do from this situation here, I've got one technique, that means I've got no other techniques to get in the way. And all it is I throw up two axe hands and drop into a shooting stance. So as you throw the punch here, slowly, bang, that's all I'm doing. All I do is two axe hands, which you've practiced loads, and drop into the shooting stance. If you can't get this stance, just even here, just dropping in like that will give you some stability, okay? So throws the punch, bang. It may push forwards, maybe that'll go backwards, but this is allowing me distance to do something else. Why?
Because then it's changing the...
Okay. Of course it'll be all right. Okay, super. Never say no to you.
Nie możesz z tyłu, tylko blokujesz. Ty szłeś do tyłu chyba, nie? Jak blokowałeś?
No, schodziłem, nie?
A,
I'm blocking the arm,
teraz blokuję.
okay? And again, I'm blocking the body.
Blokuję teraz ciało.
In karate, put a fist out.
Karate
In karate, that's a block.
to jest blok.
In rugby,
W rugby
that's a
to jest
block.
blok.
They take him down.
Bo całe ciało.
Which works best?
Co jest najlepsze? Te karate czy rugby?
Rugby. So a block is I'm actually blocking the person, checking the person.
Teraz całe ciało blokujesz.
Yeah,
Bo
so-
chodzi mu.
With a fist, we don't block this, we block here.
W tym sposobie.
The shoulder of the punching arm. Punch.
Te miejsce tutaj blokujesz. I masz całe ciało.
Because then I can perhaps get him moving backwards.
W tym sensie możesz go do tyłu popchnąć.
Most times in a fight, a headlock happens because the punch has failed.
Dużo razy w bitwie masz blok, bo coś się nie udało z twoim...
Because what happens is I throw the punch and it misses, and so I can't
Nie
afford.
trafiłeś,
I can't come out again
No.
because he knows I want to hurt him.
No.
So I've got to stay there.
nie udało ci się, to musisz tam zostać i wtedy idziesz na blok.
So punch and miss, and then I go for a headlock.
Idziesz na blok i
Because I'm a coward, I'm a bully, and I can't. He'll beat me if it's a fair fight.
inaczej ci przypierniczy, bo jesteś za blisko.
So, if you defend the punch, yeah, bang. I then try to go for a headlock. You put that in there. Put an axe hand on there, an axe hand on there. And I'm going to try and put you in a headlock, and you resist.
Jak będziesz trzymał ten blok, to nie ma szans, żeby on ciebie zablokował.
It's the same technique that you use to block a punch. You're now defending a headlock.
Ta sama taktyka, co używaliśmy na blok, na punch, teraz używamy żeby przeciwko tego ściśnięcia głowy.
So, try the punch and then go into a headlock.
Spróbuj teraz. Nie? Okej.
Once you play with it, you'll see that
A ja mam pilnować tego.
Goeie Mark, pak hem!